My life is a mess. So these are the solid 5 things that I've kind of learned throughout my minimalism journey of 6 years. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras Nest. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. Today's video is going to be what are my 2021 goals as a minimalist, and I figured I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Let's get it, let's go. Woo! A little bit of housekeeping before we get started. As usual, if you wish to help out my channel, consider checking out my Patreon, and if not, then just help this video out for the algorithm by giving it a thumbs up and a like, and let's just get right into the list. Okay, so the reason I want to talk about this is because, yes, I know at the time of this filming, and who knows when it's going to go published, we're already in March, and it's like, oh, Cobra, you're a bit late. Should you really be making a 2021 video? But I'll be honest, 2020 was a really hard year for me. I was like not in the state of mind to do anything or inspire anybody, because I'm down in the dumps. Where would I have the ego to tell anybody else how to get their shit together? But for 2021, especially now in March, I've gotten a lot of things sorted. I've kind of readjusted, especially I just moved from China back to Canada, and my life was just a disarray. These are the solid 5 things that I've kind of learned throughout my minimalism journey of 6 years, are the foundations of what makes a good year, and I wanted to share that with you guys because I think that this could definitely help somebody else out. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get into the 5 things that's gonna make 2021 amazing for both you and I. So let's get into the list. Okay, number 1, keep working on your goals. Working on your goals, you have to understand that these things take months, they take years. My goal specifically is my YouTube channel, and I just want to state that for myself. You have to set for yourself some sort of tangible long-term goal that really motivates you and inspires you and keeps you going and keeps you busy for a really long time. When I was younger, I didn't understand this, and I will just use my YouTube channel as an example of this. I thought if you're doing YouTube right, you're just gonna blow up in a couple of months. I'm gonna start my channel in January, come March, I'm already at 1 million subscribers. Hi, thanks, love y'all. So glad you supported the Cobra's Nest. That's not how things work. That's not how any of these things work. Anything that's worthwhile doesn't come like that. So many people that I've seen that have had a lot of success will tell you the truth or the true struggles that they had behind their success. It takes time. I was naively thinking my YouTube channel was gonna blow up. That's not how that works. And so what I'm trying to say is for 2021, I'm not thinking anything spectacular is gonna be happening for my channel. There's just gonna be steady growth. And once I respect and understand that it's just steady growth, that's all that I need to do, I will just continue watering this garden. 2021 is just churning and pumping out videos, and the slow success is just the little by little by little by little layers that we add up, and not bam, here you go, you're welcome, I'm done, let's go home. Number 2, finish a career, finish my dental career. The reason I wanted to make this point is because I have never in my life more appreciated the education that I got till I finished it, or till I guess I kind of started to see the fruits of my labor. I'll be honest, I used to think education was a load of bullshit. I think going to university was a load of bullshit, and I didn't think it was for everybody. And okay, fine, I sort of do think that education isn't for everybody. But the point that I wanted to make this is because if I look at my analytics, a lot of my viewers, the majority of my viewers, about 50% of my viewers are between the ages of 18 to 24. So maybe you're considering university, maybe you're considering college or considering education, and I want to be here to tell you that your education is going to enrich you in ways that you never imagined possible. If I could give anybody the advice, finish a career. That's not something anybody can take away from you. Somebody can take away a job from you, but nobody can take away a career from you. I'm going to tell you right now, it was definitely worth it. Nothing has put food on the table the way that my teaching degree did. So I'm not saying stay in school, kids, as if you know what, don't even think. Your education will help serve you in your career, which is fundamentally to be able to have a job, to provide a service for others. But having an education is definitely going to serve you in enriching your life. Having a career, you get a sense of pride in that. If you're just always working menial jobs, which I have worked a lot of part-time, menial, meaningless jobs, it's soulless. It's not a way that you want to live. You want to have something tangible for you, and if you're still young, the advice that I can give to you is find a job that you find that can support you and that you find meaningful. The reason that I say this is because that's something that I struggled with. My dental degree, I still need to pay $10K. I still need to go to cram school to pass the boards. I don't know, was this a good choice? But as I've seen with my teaching degree that has continued to feed me and has fed me for the past 6 years, my dental degree, which is there to serve the people, to help people have better smiles, have less cavities will help enrich me the way it's going to help enrich the people that I serve. So take that into consideration. A career will serve you as much as it will help you to serve others. Number 3, work and save. In 2021, I want to work and I want to save. And that's something that I really want to put out there to others. Like, if you're, blessed to be working right now, especially, given the circumstances that happened in 2020, we should work and we should be a little, financially savvy and understand that we're only as rich as how much we save. So what I'm trying to say is, of course, obviously, you want to build up your streams of income. You want to get as much income or salary as you can. But from what you currently have, do your best to try to save. And I have a lot of tips and tricks on my channel for that. Being frugal, embracing minimalism, tracking your spendings. There's a lot of tangible things that you can do to help get you in that trap. But I think first and foremost is having the correct mindset, which is realizing that you don't have to blow everything that you make. Like, I know it's really fun to be like, payday, let's just go out and get bubble tea. Been there, done that, and the only reason I can tell you that is because that is stuff that I was guilty of. Insert bubble tea for whatever your vice is. But it's important to realize that from what you make a conscious effort to save a little. And that's what I'm going to be doing in 2021. I'm going to be tracking my spendings and hoping to save a benchmark of 50% of what I make, because money in the bank is the best insurance for when shit hits the fan. Number 4, cherish family, cherish loved ones. I think that first it needs to be stated that hurt people hurt people. You can't love and cherish your loved ones until you have addressed what is fundamentally eating you alive. If you've ever been around a really nasty person and later found out, oh, they lost their child or they lost a job, like, really difficult and painful things happen to people, and people, if they don't address it, it jades them. And when it jades them, they're hurting, and the only thing that they know is to lash out and hurt others. So for 2021, the reason that I'm saying this is because in 2020, there was a lot of underlying things that I was carrying with me that were really painful. And I wasn't going to tell you guys because, boundaries, like, as much as I love the Cobra's nest, there's still some private issues that I need to, go through and deal with. But the point that I'm trying to say is I felt hurt by a lot of things, and I didn't know how to address or deal with it. And so I would lash out to my loved ones. And that's just not something that I wish for my Cobra's nest. I don't wish that for you guys. I don't want you guys to hurt the ones that you love, because you're hurting inside. And it is not the responsibility of your loved ones or cherished ones bear the brunt of that. So I highly recommend getting therapy or working through it or watching YouTube videos, writing it down, working through it to help improve yourself, because you can't love others until you have come to love yourself, or at the very least, make peace with your demons, forgive those that hurt you, forgive yourself for the things you didn't accomplish, forgive yourself for the goals that you had that you haven't reached or did not reach or will not reach. I know that we all carry a lot of pains with ourselves. Seek therapy. That is something that I ended up doing. I spoke my truths and I spoke about my pains and I worked through them, and it turned out to be one of the most healthiest things that I did for myself at the end of 2020 and I guess the beginning of 2021. And I won't talk about it because that's not for the point of my channel, but it's to encourage you guys that in order to be able to cherish your loved ones, you have to address with what's bothering you. Number 5, practice having less negative thoughts. 2020 was a really interesting year, and I think it was for a lot of us. I think there was a lot of positive and a lot of negative and a lot of change that happened for a lot of us. And I think in those uncertain times, I think a lot of us experienced negative thoughts more so than we would have liked. But it kind of revealed to myself that I could no longer keep myself busy with work and the day-to-day. Kind of muted some of the negative thoughts that I had, that once I was silent and I meditated, it all came out of the woodworks, and I was just shocked to hear my own thoughts. I know that I'm on this camera and maybe I don't seem like the most negative person, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not perfect. And I know that a lot of you watching this also know in the privacy of your own mind, you're not perfect either. And I know that we all have negative thoughts, but the most important thing is not telling yourself you can't have negative thoughts, but it's how do we address these negative thoughts and how do we deal with these negative thoughts to keep it from dragging us down to the depth of the worst of places we could possibly be. I used to be really hard on myself, and that's where my negative thoughts stem from. I didn't forgive myself, and I didn't cheer myself on, and I didn't encourage myself. I was just constantly berating myself, and nothing that I did was good enough. I was just like, it's not good enough, keep going, keep going. Once you reach this, you'll be worthy of my praise, and once you do that, then things will be better, because right now where you're at is not good enough. And I'm not saying we should be complacent, we should be like, yeah, I'm here, I'm good, I'm done. But a lot of the negative self-thoughts came from the feeling that where I was, there's still so much more to do. And instead of being appreciative or grateful, I still would let some of the thoughts bring me down instead of feeling like grateful, because I did practice a lot of gratitude, and I felt like in my gratitude, I felt like not truly grateful, but rather like, I wish things were better, but they're like this now, so I'm gonna just accept it. That's not a way to think, and that's not a way to live. We need to address our negative thoughts. We need to accept our negative thoughts for what they are, to be able to examine them, because it's the only way that we're going to grow and we're going to change. So for 2021, I'm going to be working on addressing my negative thoughts and converting them into having a more encouraging way and cheerful way of cheering myself on. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!